Om Namo Narayanaya Maharaj. Jai Sri Ramakrishna.
Om Namo Narayanaya. We shall begin the session with the prayer. Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the study of the lives and teachings of direct disciples, the sannyas and disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. We have already completed the life of Latu Maharaj or Swami Adbhutanandaji. Now we are looking into the reminiscences, the memories, the teachings, and his association with Sri Ramakrishna. We will continue from where we had left in the last class. One day, Latu Maharaj is telling, we went with Sri Ramakrishna. One day we went with the master to a place called Bhadrakali, which was across the Ganga from Dakshineshwar. What do you mean by Bhadrakali? So in some parts of India, you see that then hear the name Bhadrakali, they will get fear. So in reality, they do not know what is the meaning of Bhadra. They just, the moment because they have heard Bhadrakali, they will have some sort of fear. And they are afraid to keep the photo of Mother Kali in the houses. So all such confusion and all such fears are there. Wrong fear. So Bhadra means gentle. Now, suppose there is a person. We call them in Bengali Bhadralog. O Bhadralog esheche. Bhadralog means gentleman. Bhadra Mahila is a lady. So lady means it is included, just like gentleman. The feminine thing of gentleman is lady. So likewise, Bhadra Kali means the Divine Mother Kali, who is very benign. Dakshina Kali, Bhadra Kali is very benign Kali, who is to do who give the blessings. So Ugra Kali, Smashana Kali means very ferocious. So it is told that you should not keep the photo or anything of the mother who is in the Smashana Kali or Ugra Kali. But Bhadra Kali means the name itself, Bhadra, means gentle, benign. And see, even Ramachandra is called Ramabhadra. Again, Ramabhadra means very gentle, very soft. So here Bhadra Kali is very gentle, benign Kali. The moment some we have seen in India, we were also conditioned in that fashion to get a sort of fear. Bhadra Kali means you will get fear, but Bhadra means gentle, very benign. So we should understand, learn Sanskrit. Then only we can get into the deeper meaning of everything. Otherwise, we don't learn our own religious text, or we don't learn our great language Sanskrit, which contains all the scriptures. They're so easy. But when it comes to earning money, we learn English, we learn French, we learn Germany. Why? Because you have to go there and earn money. So you can see your nature. For the sake of money, for the sake of other facilities and luxuries, we are ready to do anything. But for the sake of religion or realization or something good, oh, botheration. Why should I learn? Why should I learn the language? All sorts of excuses come to us. So we should learn the scriptures. We should learn our own Sanskrit language and go forward. Without anybody's help, you can learn. If you really want, everything will come to you. Because we don't want it, you will not get it. There is a saying in English, where there is will, there is way. Now, Ramakrishna with Latu and others, they went to this place called Bhadrakali, across the Ganga from Dakshineshwar, to hear a scholar speak. One Sanskrit scholar was there. People told that he will be speaking. A lot of people had gathered. So Ramakrishna, the nature of Ramakrishna was that he would go wherever he thinks that there is something good, wherever something is spiritual. So Ramakrishna would go uninvited. He himself would go there. So now he came to know this scholar is speaking. Ramakrishna, anything good. Ano bhadraha kratavo yantu vishwataha. The Vedic injunction is, let all the good things come from all the sides. No restrictions. If there is good, let it come from any religion. Let it come from any part of the world. Let it come. That is our injunctions in our scriptures. So liberal we are. Hinduism is so liberal, telling that Ano Bhadraha. See here again, Bhadra means good. Kratavo yantu vishwataha. So let it come from all the direction, wherever it is. No restriction. That is Hinduism. We are ready to take anything good. Now Ramakrishna was a icon, a idol. He has come to save religion, the Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, Hindu Dharma. With the epitome, he was condensed Hinduism. So naturally, he is also like that. Ramakrishna would, wherever there is good, he wants to go and get it and realize it. Wherever, whatever, religion, all the things. If there are good people, Ramakrishna used to go himself and go meet him. Scholar expounding the scriptures. Oh, what can I get something good here? Ramakrishna himself will go. He will not wait that he will be invited. All those ego problem is not there. Wherever good. We are so egoistic that we will think 100 times, oh, I'm not invited. What will happen? What will those people tell? These are all basic ego problems. Then we will give so many excuses. But here, Ramakrishna, it may be insulted. He may not be invited. He may not be given the good seat. He goes himself. Why? Anything good, he wants to get it. So that was the urge. So this should be the attitude of a student. What should a student do? Vidyarthi. What is the meaning of Vidyarthi? Student. Student means arthitva, vidya arthitva. He should be thirsting, he should be craving for knowledge. How shall I get more knowledge? Wisdom, knowledge. How should I gain more? That is Vidyarthi. A student means he should be craving for knowledge. He should be thirsting. He should be hungry for knowledge. Wherever, whatever, how shall I learn? How shall I learn? You can see an ideal student. Ramakrishna is ideal not only for an householder, for a husband, for a son, for a sadhaka, for a so many things. Is also an ideal student. What was the greatest teaching of Sri Ramakrishna, which everybody can emulate, and especially for the students? As long do I live, so long do I learn. Yavat Vachi Tavat Shiki. As long do I live, so long do I learn. So until my last breath, I will be learning. That was the ideal of Sri Ramakrishna. And now you can see that. He not only gives teaching, but he follows it completely. So he's going to the place where that scholar is speaking. But when he went there, that scholar, that man, Latu Maharaj is telling that man said foolish things. However, now the audience became confused. That's why it's very, very important. You should have realization. Scholarship alone doesn't do much at all. You will confuse people. You yourself cannot understand. You will not have conviction. You should hear this. You should never study the scriptures just like the books or from the internet. You should study under the guidance of a guru. So Shravana, Manana, I was teaching in the Mandukya Upanishad yesterday, day before yesterday, about that Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. So I have to hear from the scriptures, of the scriptures, from the guru, who is not only a adept in the that particular field, he should not only be a scholar, but he should be a realized soul who has realized God. So that is the basic need of a guru. Then only he can be called as a guru. He should have realization, he should have led that life, and not only that, he should get the command from the Lord. The Lord has to put him in that place. You cannot just go, see here the scholar. He has not understood things himself. He claims to be scholar. He has read so many books, but he's confusing when he spoke. That man was such a foolish, he said such foolish things, however, that the audience became confused. The master told him, what? After much tapasya, austerity, so much of hard work, a person achieves faith in God. Very difficult to get faith. And you, in the name of scholarship, you are disturbing the faith of all these people who have gathered here. After much austerity, after much hard work, people get faith in God. And now, what kind of a scholar are you? You are confusing the people with your half-baked knowledge, not even half-baked. And you know how difficult it is to get faith in God? And if you disturb their faith and they have to undergo so much of hardship again to gain that faith. So Ramakrishna is chiding that scholar, that foolish man who was confusing people. The master told him, after much tapasya, austerity, people achieve faith in God. Yet you, a scholar, are creating confusion, doubt about God. What type of learning do you have? Now the scholar was caught. He thought that nobody would be there. Nobody ever read something or realized. Now, when Ramakrishna accosted him in this way, he was nervous, he was afraid. Oh, he was caught red-handed. The scholar replied nervously, oh, no, sir. I wasn't serious. I was just joking. The master understood that that man was merely posing as a great scholar, but he never read anything. Might have read some books, that's all. Real scholarship is you should have intellectual conviction at least, and you should have some spiritual life, basic spiritual life, even if you have not realized God, at least some basics of spiritual life and intellectual conviction. Now, he doesn't have any of that. He told he was joking, he was not serious. The master understood that the man was merely posing as a great scholar. Then he touched that man's body and said, your mind has become dry like a weather-beaten piece of wood. After reading so many scriptures, have you learnt only to speak hypocrisy? The scholar was embarrassed and finally left. The master used to deal in this way with dry intellectuals and hypocrites. One day, now this incident is over. Latu Maharaj is remembering another incident. He's telling one day, Girish Chandra Ghosh came to Dakshineshwar. He was quite drunk, completely intoxicated, reeling under the effect of the drinking. Now, Sri Ramakrishna, when he saw Girish coming drunk, he asked me, Latu, what did he tell Latu? What did Ramakrishna tell Latu? The master asked me, Latu, go and see if this Girish has left anything in his carriage, because that is a hired carriage. that carriage will go away. He might have left something. Ramakrishna was all knowing, Sarvagna. He could know anything, whatever, wherever happening. He was Sarvagna Murti, omniscient. So he knows everything, what will happen in future and what is happening now, in the past, everything, omniscient. So he's telling, see, go and see. You might have left something in the carriage and the carriage will go back. So Latu went to the carriage. Go and see if this Girish has left anything in his carriage. If you find something, bring it here. Latu is telling, I did as I was told. So when I went to the carriage was about to return. What was there in the carriage? I found a bottle of alcohol and a glass for that to drink. I bought, because master has commanded, I bought both to the master, the glass to drink that alcohol and the bottle of alcohol. When all the devotees who were there in that room, Dakshineshwar, they saw the wine bottle and that lota or that glass to drink that, they all began to laugh loudly. Now the master said to me, Latu, keep that bottle for him. He will want it for the final drink. Just see how liberal the master was towards his devotees. Latu Maharaj is commenting. Just see how liberal the master was towards his devotees. So he would forgive so many misgivings, so many wrong things. He will see only some good, even little good is there. He will pick them up, just like Lord Shiva. So you can see the ideal of Lord Vishnu, you can see the ideal of Lord Shiva. Shiva Ashutosha, very quickly pleased. He will give vara, boons, even to asuras. He has given place to ghosts, bhuta, preta, pishacha, gana. He has given place to the poisonous beasts like scorpions, snakes, and to the bhuta, pishacha who will be rejected by the society. All those people the Lord gives shelter. So you can see the ideal of Lord Shiva. Even if there is little good, you could see that in Latu Maharaj too. He has learnt it from his Guru. So, Dina Devo Bhava, Daridra Devo Bhava, Dukki Devo Bhava, Dushta Devo Bhava. Let the wicked be your gods. So that is the ideal, Lord Shiva's ideal. He gives place to everybody, even asuras. Bhasmasura, he was an asura. He wanted a boon by which if he places the hand, Lord Shiva wanted ashes. He used to bring ashes to him because Shiva puts ashes all over his body. So this asura was given the task to bring the ashes. Now, not much people are dying. So there are not much ash left, O Lord Shiva, how can I serve you? There is no much ash. So what shall I do? Give me a boon. What boon do you want? Whomever I touch or whatever I touch, that should become ash. Tatastu. Shiva gave, okay, have it. Then now, whatever thing or people he touches, it becomes ashes. So he's bringing to Shiva that ashes. Now he became egoistic. With this boon, he became egoistic. He thought, let me test it on Shiva himself, whether the boon given by Shiva is true. So he came to touch Shiva, head of Shiva. So Shiva has given the boon. So the boon will become fruitful now. So Shiva can destroy that Rakshasa Asura. But he's so kind. Instead of destroying him, easily Shiva could have opened his third eye and killed him. But he has served him, so he can't kill him. So even though Lord had the capacity to destroy him, because he didn't want to destroy him, he had so much of compassion. he started going away, escaping from him. Now he had to go to, finally he went to Vishnu. Vishnu saw that condition of Shiva. Then he took the form of a very beautiful, enchanting lady. So that's why Vishnu gets the name Mohini. Moha means enchant your mind, delusion. The moment you see the person of that lady or that woman, she is so beautiful that your mind get mesmerized, will be attracted towards her. That is the meaning of Mohini. So Lord Vishnu took the form of this Mohini. Then he forgot about Shiva, seeing that beautiful form of Lord Vishnu in the form of Mohini, and he went behind her, please marry me. So he wanted her to become the wife. And he told, okay, I can do. Vishnu in the form of Mohini was enchantress, attractive. She told, yes, you can marry me, but I have a condition. What is that condition? I'm a good dancer. Anybody who can defeat me in dancing, then I will marry that person. That's my condition. Oh, I'm a good dancer. I can also match you. I can defeat you in dance. Okay, let us try. So they had a competition. So now Vishnu in the form of Mohini started showing so many varieties of poses and mudras. So he was also, Bhasmasura was also doing all those poses. And finally, with all the things, that Mohini in the form of Vishnu, he did a different pose of dance and kept her own hand on her head. So he forgot everything, mesmerized, delusion. He too did like this and kept his hand. What was the boon? Whatever he touches with that hand on anybody, that will become ash. So he touched his own head, he became ash. He turned into ash. So that's how his own karma, our own ego, because we are egoistic, our own ego, our own wrong work, karma, destroys, we get destroyed. God is so compassionate, He will not punish you. It's your own karma. It's your own ego which is destroying you. Be humble, give up your ego. Many people, they will transform for a short while, then afterwards back to square one. Punarmushiko bhava. Again, they will come back to their old state and become angry, egoistic, hurting others, troubling others. They don't learn the lesson at all. The same thing, that's why there is a term in Sanskrit, Punarmushiko bhava. What is that story of Punarmushiko bhava? There was one rat. It was followed by the cat to kill it. The rat came running, Mushika, it's called Mushika. Then it came to the Rishi, a great saint who was sitting there in meditation. Fell at the feet, oh Lord, Rishi, great saint, please protect me. The cat is coming to kill me. Oh, is it? Okay, don't worry. I have yogic power, spiritual power. He converted, the Rishi converted that rat into a bigger cat than that cat. Now when that cat came, this rat was there. Big cat. So that cat got afraid and it ran away. Now it was happy. Then it thanked that saint and went. Now the big dog came running behind this cat. The cat again ran and ran, came to the Rishi. Please protect me, the big dog is coming behind me. Don't worry, I will convert you into a bigger dog. Transformed that dog into a bigger dog. So it happily went back and the dog saw this bigger dog and it ran away. So it didn't come to trouble him. It was very happy going around. Then once when it was going in the forest, a leopard came. That leopard is fond of dog. It wants to eat dog's flesh. It is its favorite food. So it was about to jump and kill this dog. This dog ran away, again came to the saint. Rishi begged, please protect me. That leopard is coming behind me. Is it? Okay, I'll make you a bigger leopard. He made it a bigger, stronger leopard. And that leopard ran away Now this original cat, the rat, was happy, again moving about in the form of the leopard, killing other people, killing other dogs. Then finally, a tiger came. Tiger is stronger than the leopard. Then again it came running to the Rishi. Okay, you become a better tiger. It became a stronger tiger than this one. So that defeated the tiger ran away. Finally, it got so egoistic. The tiger got so egoistic. See, suddenly, from the status, if God gives you lot of money, wealth, and position, your head starts reeling. You become so full of pride, egoism, and then you will start doing so many wrong things. What is that called? Absolute power corrupts. So now when you get power, position, but you are not fit spiritually or not elevated, then your ego is so strong, then you will start acting in a different way. And that is the reason for your destruction. God gives you freedom. Do the good things. God gives you strength, power, everything to do good thing to the world, to serve the people, to serve the poor. Instead you become egoistic and you will destroy yourself. Now that rat, which was now become a tiger, with the grace of that Rishi, it was so egoistic, it came to the Rishi and told, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat you. It wants to eat the Rishi, the saint himself, the yogi himself, because so egoistic. Nobody can now destroy. I'm the king of the jungle. It wanted to destroy and kill the Rishi himself. Then the Rishi put little water from his kamandalu. Punarmushiko bhava. Again become a rat. You are fit only to become a rat. Then see, in the stages of evolution, it has become a great tiger, the biggest tiger, strongest tiger, the king of the jungle. And now, because of that pride and egotism, durahankara, so punarmushiko bhava. So this is the state with us. We pray to God, we do all the hard work, and God gives us good position, money, wealth, everything. We forget all that thing and we become so egoistic and start behaving, harming people, troubling people. Every act will become a bundle of ego, mountain of ego, and behaving very peculiarly. Then punarmushiko bhava, or like that bhasmasura, we will be converted into ash. That's all. So please, ego is the main problem. Give it up. Pray to God. Be humble. Serve the people. Human life is very, very difficult to get. Don't waste this opportunity. Waste your life in egoism. How many times the Lord has to forgive you? Then you will become like that bhasmasura, burnt up. So here the Lord, that Shiva aspect is, he forgives and forgives and forgets all the mistakes and forgives. But our own misdeeds, our own bad karma, our own ego destroys us, puts us into trouble. So now here, Latu Maharaj is telling, see how liberal the master was towards his devotees, how forgiving, the Shiva ideal you can see in the master. Adarsha. Girish Chandra Ghosh arrived one night with Kalipada Ghosh. So now Latu Maharaj is telling Girish Chandra Ghosh was himself a drunkard. So who are his friends? Naturally, they will be drunkards. So the friends, birds of same feather, flock together. But he had some goodness in him. He was very close to Girish Chandra Ghosh. So I have got the grace of one drunkard and a great papi, sinner. I've got the shelter at the feet of Ramakrishna. So you want to bring all those kind of people who are sinners, who are drunkards, who have lost character, who are bad. He wanted everybody to come to Ramakrishna and be blessed, and they wanted to. He got the transformation. He wanted everybody to get transformed. So he bought this another drunkard friend. His name was Kalipada Ghosh. So Girish Babu, Latu Maharaj is telling, Girish Babu arrived one night with Kalipada Ghosh. He was also a terrible drunkard. Maybe he's elder brother of Girish Chandra Ghosh in this fashion, in drinking alcohol. So what was his nature? Because he was a drunkard, always intoxicated, he was a very big official in the British government office. He was working in some company. So he was earning a lot of money and wealth. So nowadays, whenever they get some wealth and money, immediately they will be taught, the multinational companies will give them free alcohol, free facilities, and they will get addicted. And after that, all their money is gone to just taking alcohol and other these things. When you were in middle class family or the poor family, you will not have any such habits. You will be very good. The moment money comes, position comes, then we will learn all these unnecessary things. And after that, when the money is lost, you cannot go back to your position. So why should we, when the Lord gives us all this money, why should we waste that in this fashion? Why can't we be frugal? Why can't we save all that money for serving our father, mother, brothers, and the poor people, the nation? We don't do that. Unnecessarily spending money on so many useless things. We go on wasting money. Instead, if you are given that in the form of the fees to a student who is poor, given the medicine to the diseased people, how much of benefit you could have got. You could have easily converted all your money and other things into the form of the higher currency that is called punya. And that will always follow you. Even after your death, it will follow you. But we don't want all those things. Just waste your money. All wrong things we learn. So now, who was Kalipada? He had a lot of money, he became rich, he was in a high position in a company. All the money, because of these wrong vices he has learned, he refused. Latu Maharaj is telling, Kalipada refused to give money to his family, spending it for alcohol. Should see the family of these alcoholics, the wife, the children, how much they suffer. They suffer and suffer and suffer because of these alcoholic husbands. Yet they have tortured their families all through their life because of this. They go to the casino, put their money on the gamblings, drink alcohol, smoke, and they have spent, I think if they had saved that money, they would have built palaces, they would have built temples, they could have built hospitals. So much of money they have wasted on these alcohol, this casino, gambling, and this thing. Now they will talk of dharma and righteousness to others. They don't remember what all mistakes they have done, how much they have wasted in the form of this drinking and other things. So such people, the alcoholics, they trouble the whole family. They make the family to suffer. They will come and beat the wife. They will come and beat the children. It's just suffering and suffering for the family. And he was one of them, Girish Chandra Ghosh. He refused to give money to his family. If that is the case, why should you marry and put them, the wife and the children, into such miseries? If you can't support them, if you want alcohol, why should you marry? You could have been alone and drinking and you could have died. You marry them, you don't look after them properly, you make them shed tears, and the children should suffer. And then after that, you got little transformation by the touch of the ashrama or some great saints. Then you start speaking great Vedanta and advising people and finding mistakes in them and scolding them as if they are not following the righteousness. So similar to this person, Girish Chandra Ghosh refused to give money to his family, spending it for wine instead. But his wife was very pure. She was a great lady, Pativrata. She was very pure. So Latu Maharaj is telling, I heard that many years earlier, 13 years back, she had come to Master. Why? She's such a great wife. That is the speciality of Indian mothers, Hindu mothers, so much of patience. Nowadays, because of the influence of the West, all that is going away. They don't have that patience, they don't have that pativrata forbearance, whatever that might be. But most of the, even now, there are, I have heard one great sadhu telling, the newspaper, the media, they're showing the Indian women as if characterless or bad, the cinemas and other things. But he used to tell, he was telling in Hindi, अभी भी लाखों लाख सीता माँ ये भारतवर्ष में है. Even now, there are millions and millions of Mother Sita in India. Don't call Indian mothers. They have not fallen, they have not gone out of character. That sadhu, I heard that, I started shedding tears when I heard that word of him. Abhi bhi, even now, lakho lakh ma Sita. Lakhs and lakhs, millions and millions of Mother Sitas are living in India. But these newspaper walas, the journalists, they don't want to show those Mother Sitas, the good women of character. They want to just show the women who don't have character, the prostitutes, the actresses and other things, the alcoholics. They will show only them. They want such a thing. For the journalists, for the media, what is their policy? If a dog bites a man, it's not news, it seems, for them. If a man bites a dog, that is a news, it seems. That is journalism. And they give the wrong examples to the society and they destroy the society, and they call themselves as the fifth pillar of the democracy. This is the fifth pillar of the democracy, breaking all the pillars and destroying the whole society. So now, Indian mothers are so forbearing, so pure. Here, this Kalipada Ghost's wife was one such woman, no less than a saint, but his wife was very poor, Latu Maharaj is telling. And Latu Maharaj tells, I heard that many years back, that is 13 years back earlier, she had come to the master. Why did she come? In spite of the husband being so rude, so wrong, so bad to the family, to herself, she's still forgiving, bearing, forbearing. She wanted to transform the husband. What will happen to the family? She could have divorced like the modern days or put them out or filed a lawsuit or complaint. Instead, she wanted to transform. So Vivekananda tells, there is no power on earth. There is no power on earth or the universe which our Indian mothers cannot conquer by their loving service. There is no, I will again repeat it, there is no power on this universe which cannot be conquered by the Hindu mothers, the Indian mothers, with their loving service. This is a statement of Vivekananda. And see here, this lady, pure lady, before 13 years, she had come to Ramakrishna. Why? Because she heard that there is one saint living in Dakshineshwar. He does a lot of miracles. So let me go and get help. She had come and begged and pleaded Ramakrishna. What was that? My husband is a drunkard. Please transform him. Give him some mantra. Give him something by which he can be transformed. Seeking some kind of medicine that would change her husband's tendencies. See, these are real Indian mothers. They bear and forbear. They undergo so much of difficulties like Mother Sita. They want to change, transform by their loving ways. They want to protect the children. They're always ready to serve. That is Indian motherhood. So she had come to the master many years earlier, seeking some kind of medicine that could change her husband's tendencies. Now, when she came, Ramakrishna told, I don't do some miracles like that or mantra or something medicine. You go, there is one lady there in the Nahabad, she will do that. The master got some sympathy towards her. He told, go. There is one lady who is living in the Nahabad, that is Holy Mother Sharda Devi. The master sent her to Holy Mother. Holy Mother, what will she do? Lajja patavrite. So she sent her back to the master. What can I do? I don't know anything. Go to the master. If master doesn't do anything, what can I do? Please go to the master back. Again, he told, no, 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 no. She's a great lady. She knows so many mantras. Go to her. She can cure. She has so much of power. Master wanted to play a little. Again sent her to Holy Mother. And this exchange of sending back, see how much of patience the Indian mother, how much of patience. What is master doing? Sending from here, he's removing all the bad karmas. So in a quick way, by doing that, playing little fun, the Lord Vishnu is removing her, taking all bad karmas. So through Holy Mother, sending her to, so like that, many times this happened, exchanges. Master sending to mother, mother sending back to this thing, but so patiently. So important thing is you have to be having patience, and the Lord will then become your slave. So the master sent her to Holy Mother, Holy Mother sent back to master, again sent her back to Holy Mother, and this exchange went on 3 times. Last, Holy Mother, the epitome of motherhood, Vishwamatrutva, kindness itself, sympathy itself, empathy itself. The kindness, if there is any motherhood or kindness that has become solidified, that is Holy Mother Sharda Devi. So at last Holy Mother told, come my dear daughter, don't worry. Then she took a bilva leaf. She wrote Sri Ramakrishna's name. Mother wrote on that bilva leaf the name of Ramakrishna, and which had been offered to the Lord, and gave it to Kalipada's wife, telling her to chant the name of the Lord. Now she had so much faith, and she wanted that husband should be transformed, the family should come up. They are the pillars, the mothers are the pillars of the Indian family, but for them, Indian society would have not been protected. You know, when Swami Vivekananda went to Kanyakumari and sat there in meditation, praying to the Lord 3 days and 3 nights, the rock, nobody was there, alone. It is the ocean, in the open sun, in the cold, in the night. He never had any food or sleep. What did he do? He cried and meditated. He sobbed. He prayed to God, please revive India. What has happened to this country? Why did it fall down? Why is it under the rule of the British and the Muslims for so many years, and it has been destroyed? Please revive back. He cried for the welfare of India. That was Vivekananda. Then he got the answer. Then he revived back. He took the greatness of Hindu religion, the Upanishads, the Vedas to the West, and showed them what great religion it was. And he brought back the technology, the money and everything from America to India. Indians developed a slavish mentality. Whatever the white-skinned people would show the Europeans, they would tell that was great. They never had any faith in themselves. They lost faith in themselves. Whatever their masters, the Europeans would tell the British, only that was Vedavakya to them. So they lost self-confidence. There was no self-respect. So now when the Americans, the Europeans started telling how great is your religion, then they started getting back their faith. Oh yes, something is there in our religion. Then they started going back to Bhagavad Gita, to the Upanishads. Otherwise they had lost faith in themselves and all their scriptures and their religions. So at that time Vivekananda tells what is the cause of the downfall of India. He gives 2 causes. What is that? Please note. For thousands of years, Vivekananda tells, just like there is the karma, the bad deeds, the karma, bad karmas. So the punya karma and papa karma, you know that if you do the sinful act, that is papa. If you do the meritorious and good acts, it is punya. So just like an individual, a person has this papa and punya, like that, there is punya papa for the karmic tendencies, or even for the family, for the society, for the village, for the town, for the state, for the province, for the country to nation. What was the greatest sin committed by Indian nation? Neglecting and troubling and torturing and trampling on the neck of the poor masses, the lower caste people and women. Ill-treating women, ill-treating the lower masses, the poor people. Done by this country is the cause for the downfall. Thousands of years, you ill-treated women, you ill-treated the poor people. And that karma has brought down such a great nation called India, that the great civilization. Swami Vivekananda has told this. Give them education, treat them properly, treat the women properly, treat the poor people properly, the lower masses, and you will see India reviving back. And that's what he did, starting the Ramakrishna Ashrama. In that Ramakrishna Ashrama, then he started the Sharada Math to revive back the women, to give that culture, education, treat them properly, give respect to the women and the poor people. And see, now India is coming back. So the karma of ill-treating the women, trampling them on their neck, Swami Vivekananda tells, was the cause for the downfall of India, the great civilization coming down. Out of the two, that was one of the cause. So be careful when you ill-treat women, be harsh to women. It's the greatest of papa. And I've seen many people, and even our devotees, ill-treating women, be harsh to women. It's the greatest of sins. You have to look after them as the mother. So now see how much of patience this mother has. Kalipada Ghosh, wife, she took that mantra from Holy Mother Sharda Devi. See the patience, forbearance. The wife chanted Lord's name for 12 years. And we people, we take mantra diksha, and after 6 months, that too, with great difficulty, you can't even complete 108. Morning 108, evening 108, you can't do. And they will come and started complaining. Oh, we didn't get any result, nothing happened. We took mantra diksha, we didn't get some good work, we didn't get good husband or wife, or we didn't get children. Just complain. See, what is this mother doing? For 12 years, she has done that mantra with so much of patience, and she got the result. And we don't have the patience at all. Holy Mother Sharda Devi tells, you just come and complain. Do the mantra every day, 15 to 20,000 times. You'll become awakened, then it will become like a kalpavriksha. It will give you all whatever you want. Have faith, don't have the wherewithal, but you have the time to go to beauty parlors, you have the time to go to casinos, you have the time to go to parties, but you don't have the individual. Oh, we are so busy, we are householders, we have so much of responsibility, we can't do japa so much time. Can't do 15,000, 20,000 japa. And you call yourself Hindus and Indians. You want to go to all the places and waste your time, but you don't have the patience to do the japa. To do that, you can get everything, you can transform whatever you want, that will yield you like a kalpavriksha. But you don't have faith, you don't have the time to do that. You will go to then you have to go to the hospitals, you have to go to the mental asylums, the psychiatrist. One sitting with the psychiatrist, they will charge you 200 rands, 500 rands, $500. Yeah, go and pay it. Go and pay your hard-earned money to the psychiatrist, psychologist. the doctors. But here is a simple remedy. The mantra japa given by your guru. If you do that, I have seen so many people would come to me in India, even now here too, mothers and gentlemen asking how to solve this problem. Take your mantra. I told them, Purushcharana, do the Purushcharana. Repeat it 10,000, 15,000 times. Akshara Laksha, Akshara Koti. How much the mantra has the words. So if you do that Laksha, million times, 100,000 times, or Koti, a billion times, the number of Akshara, the letters, alphabet. If you do Akshara Koti, you will get God realization itself. If you do Akshara Laksha, your desires will be fulfilled, whatever you want. That is Purasharana. Sit at one time, one place and do that. I made many devotees there in India to do that. Their children were going wayward, they were becoming drug addicts, they were not studying properly, they would go behind some girl or something instead of going to the college and schools. Then the mothers would come and the fathers would come, they would cry, what can I do? The children are not coming to control. What shall we do, Swamiji? Then I used to tell them so many stories, make them do this japa. 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. And now I can cite examples, so many examples, because I cannot reveal their names. They've transformed. The children have transformed. The children have become great devotees. The person who couldn't complete his metric, even pass his metric, he scored more than 60%. After that, he became an engineer. Why? Due to the hard work of the mother doing the japa, the child became something. Even now, just 1 week back, the mother made a phone call. My son is attending the master degree in medical science. He's finished his MBBS. The children would come, I don't have the confidence to pass the examination. The mother would again come to me. I would tell them, do the Purushcharana. Tell the mantra, repeat the mantra, pray to master, pray to mother. And she used to do with great patience. The Guru given mantra, Ramakrishna mantra. And he passed MBBS, he passed degree. Now there was Viva, she told, I want to do that, I have done the Purushcharana. So you also pray to master. It is yielding. So many people have changed, transformed. Alcoholics, drug addicts transformed. Diseases cured. I tell, they don't have faith in their japa. They don't have time. They tell, I can't do it. But they go to all the places. Beauty parlors, casinos, alcoholic place, parties. They can go there. Beach resorts. The moment you get a holiday, they run with the children. They don't go to temple, they don't go to spiritual places, they can't do the japa. They can't do the spiritual practices, puja, havan, homa can be done. They'll go to parties. And after that, go to the psychiatrist, go to the psychologist, spend millions of rupees on that. They have patience for all that to go to the psychiatrist and psychologist and waste. But here, so simple. And see here, Kalipada Ghosh, how much of that wife chanted the Lord name given by Mother Sharda Devi for 12 years. And the husband got transformed. After the 12th year, this fellow, Kalipada Ghosh, came to Ramakrishna. See, that attracted that mantra, the japa of that mother, the patience, the tapasya of that mother, brought this fellow husband, the drunkard, wayward husband, to Ramakrishna. So Kalipada Ghosh, first time he came to master. Then Ramakrishna himself immediately, so after 13, I told you he's Sarvagna Murti, he knows everything. He's scolding him, Kalipada. See this fellow, this man, the moment he met him, first time he's meeting him, this man has come here after tormenting his wife for 12 years. Ramakrishna could know that. See, this man has come after tormenting his wife for 12 years. Kalipada was startled. What is this? How does he know? everything. The first time he's meeting, but said nothing. He kept quiet. Then the master asked him, "What do you want?" See how liberal master is. He's asking. He knows that he has come because of the mantra, because of the power of that wife of Kalipada Ghosh. 12 years she repeated that mantra for the transformation of the husband. So much of patience, you see. Can convert anything, even a stone, into human being by the mantra of the Lord. There's no power on the universe which cannot be conquered by the Indian mothers. 12 years she has repeated that mantra constantly given by Holy Mother, the Ramakrishna mantra. And Ramakrishna is telling, when he met for the first time Kalipada Ghosh, this man has come after tormenting his wife for 12 years. Kalipada was startled. He said nothing. Then can see Master is telling, "What do you want?" And shamelessly that person, Kalipada, the shamelessly is asking, Master. Master is asking, "What do you want?" He could have asked Brahmagnana, could have asked God realization. But he's shamelessly asking, why did he come to Ramakrishna? Do you know why Kalipada came to Ramakrishna? So Ramakrishna would be always intoxicated in the name of the Lord, in God. So when he goes to Samadhi, he'll be so intoxicated in this Ananda, the Paramananda, Brahmananda, Atmananda, so much of infinite joy. He would be wobbling. He couldn't stay after Samadhi coming down because he was in that high Turiya state. When he was to come down, the body control would not be there. He would be wobbling. But this fellow, the drunkard Kalipada, he thought Ramakrishna might have taken some alcohol, very intoxicating. So he's wobbling. So he had come to Ramakrishna to ask for which brand of alcohol you are taking. I am taking alcohol and I am not getting that kick or intoxication. So he came to ask Ramakrishna for wine. Can you believe? Ramakrishna is asking Askebul, "What do you want?" He's ready to give anything. Ramakrishna, Avatar Purusha himself, is telling, "What do you want?" And this fellow Kalipada, instead of asking God or something good, Vairagya or Bhakti or devotion, is shamelessly asking, "Can you give me a little wine?" The master smiled. What can the Lord do? We have to smile at our foolishness. The master smiled. "Yes, I can give you wine. But the alcohol I have is so intoxicating that you will not be able to bear it." Oh, he was so happy. Kalipada took it literally and said, "Is it real British wine? Please give me a little to soak my throat." No, Ramakrishna is telling, no, it is not British wine, said the master, still smiling. It is completely homemade, desi, country brand. It's not British, Western. It's Indian, pure desi, pure homemade. This alcohol or this wine cannot be given to anyone and everyone, or not all. Everyone can stand it. Ramakrishna is telling, smiling. If a person tastes this wine even once, British wine, all the alcohol, Russian wine, vodka, that and this will seem insipid to that person. Ever after, finish afterwards, you will not even go for any wine. Are you ready to take my wine instead of the other Western brand? Are you ready? Ramakrishna want to give that Kali brand. The Kali brand. Purely desi country. Now, for a moment, Kalipada was thoughtful. What is this? Lifelong intoxication. The topmost wine. For a moment, Kalipada was thoughtful, and then Latu Maharaj is telling, I heard him say, Master Ramakrishna, please give me that wine which will make me intoxicated my entire life. All these wine and other things, if I take, after that the intoxication goes away. Give me that wine. Latu Maharaj is telling, he was there in the scene. And this Kalipada is asking, after some thought, please, Master, give me that wine, that alcohol, which will make me intoxicated my entire life. Yes, you will get it. Did he get himself? It was because of the 12 years of tapasya, japa done by that mother. Ramakrishna is giving, he gave a touch, just a touch. He touched Kalipada. The master touched him. And Kalipada started to weep. Because he had that inner Atma Darshana, Atmananda. By the touch, all the ignorance is gone. By the touch of Master, purity has come. Then that he could have the vision of the Lord within, crying out of joy, shedding tears, started to weep. All the other people, because he's consistently weeping, they tried to calm him down. He went on weeping and weeping and weeping out of joy, shedding tears of joy, intoxicated in the divine joy, divine intoxication. He went on weeping and weeping. All of us, Latu and all others, they tried to calm him down. Kalipada started to weep. We tried to calm him down. He went on weeping in spite of our attempts. So Ramakrishna, by simple touch, he gave him lifelong intoxication. After that, he will never. See, the tapasya, the austerity of the wife for 12 years, japa, transformed him. Became a great devotee afterwards. One of the greatest of devotees. He built a small temple in his own house with the marble image, and Swami Vivekananda went to the house and inaugurated that. And in his house only, Vivekananda got that beautiful mantra, Sthapakaya Dharmasya Sarvadharma Swarupine Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishna Te Namaha. We all chant that in his house only. Vivekananda got that wonderful inspiration, and he gave us that mantra while he was inaugurating that shrine in his house. Became a great devotee, great tapasvi, great saint. Like Girish Chandra Ghosh, Kalipada Ghosh became a great saint afterwards. How was that? 12 years of intense tapasya, japa of that mother, wife. So you can transform, do anything miracle by your own japa, do japa. You have that in your own house. In India, there is a saying, one mother went on searching the whole village and the town. Then another old lady asked, what are you searching for? My baby, I am lost the baby. It's on your waist. She was carrying on the waist and searching for the baby, the whole this. So in the form of your mantra, japa given by the Guru, it is there in your waist, in your heart, and you are searching for that in the psychiatrist and the psychologist and the mental asylum in the hospitals. When you have it with you, oh. So that is that wife of Kalipada Ghosh. So after this incident, Latu Maharaj is telling, once the master, so after the transformation, how Kalipada became a saint, once master was going somewhere by boat to Calcutta from Dakshineshwar. Kalipada told, sir, don't go here and there. I have bought my boat. I have my boat. You can come with my boat. Okay, I want to go to Calcutta. Your boat is there. I will come in your boat. Okay, Ramakrishna came. So once master was going somewhere in Calcutta, then he entered the boat of Kalipada. While they were on the boat, this Kalipada instructed the boatman to take to the center of the boat. Sorry, center of the river. Not in the, usually they travel edge of the river because the current will be too big at the center. They don't go to the center because the width, when the Ganga is full, when it to the brim, the width of the river will be nearly 1 kilometer or even bigger. The width becomes when the rises when the sea water from there comes back, the sea current and the current from the Himalayas, Ganga coming, they become equal. Then the Ganga swells up. At the time, water will spread to long distances, so the width will be something like 1 kilometer, 1.5 kilometer. So during that Ganga Puja, we used to be swimming that Ganga when we were in Calcutta training center. Some would go to the other side of the Ganga swimming. But Belur Math, when we were there at Brahmacharya side, have made a rule that nobody should go crossing. So during that Ganga Puja, we went swimming and swimming because the current will be less from that side and this side equal current, so it becomes static, no current. So I, with other sadhus, had swim half that and came back. During that Ganga Puja, we are allowed to go and swim and other things there. So it is very big. And now Kalipada Ghosh took that boat, asked that, secretly told that boatman, take to the center. Was taken to the center. Nobody was there, only Ramakrishna. The boatman was sitting rowing. And there'll be generally in the boat, that big boats, there'll be some houses to shelter. And the yacht was rowing. So he could be seen there. He was behind doing his work. Here he came, Kalipada Ghosh and master. He caught hold of Ramakrishna's legs. He fell down. He kneeled down. Kalipada Ghosh, the sinner, was a drunkard, now transformed by Ramakrishna. He came to know who is Ramakrishna, the Avatar Purusha. He knows he's the only savior. So he knelt down, caught hold the feet of Ramakrishna tightly, grabbed it, and he told, what are you doing? Why are you catching hold of my feet? Leave my feet. No. Until you promise me, you will give me this boon, I'm not going to. What do you want? What can I do? I'm an ordinary person. I can't do anything. No, I know who you are. You have to give me this boon. What do you want? At the time of my death, you have to come and catch me hold of by the hand and protect me, take me to the other shore, the shore of Mukti. I know I am a sinner. I know at the time of death I will be going to hell because I have done tormented by my wife and I was such a bad alcoholic. Now you are the only savior. You have to promise me. You have to give me word. The time of my death you should come and take me to the other shore. Not to the hell, to the other shore. Lead me by the light. Ramakrishna refused. No, I will not do that. Until you give me that boon, I am not going to leave your feet. Caught hold of the feet tightly. So he has taken the boat to the center. Secretly instructed the boatman to take to the center. And at the center of the Ganga in the boat, caught hold of, nobody is there. Okay, leave. Stop. Leave my feet. I will promise. He gave the boon. I will do that. After much persuasion. Then what did he do? Open your tongue. We opened it. Ramakrishna wrote a mantra on his tongue. Once the master was going somewhere by the boat with Kalipada. While they were on the boat, he instructed, I told all the incidences. Now, Ramakrishna wrote a mantra on Kalipada's tongue. Later, Kalipada became such a great devotee. And he did much to serve the master and the devotees and the monastic devotees to build the new ashram, the Belur Math, everything. Kalipada did a lot to serve the master. Afterwards, he became a great saint. Later, Kalipada became a great devotee and did much to serve the master. Just see, Latu Maharaj is telling. Hear the words of Latu Maharaj. Just see, if the wife is pure and loving. Most of the Indian mothers are like that. Only due to this Western influence, some might have changed. There will be some. Most of the Indian mothers are like that. And Latu Maharaj is telling, if the wife is pure and loving, she will even practice austerities for the welfare of her husband and the children. It was because of his wife It was because of, Latu Maharaj is telling, if it was because of this wife, Kalipada was saved. Kalipada got transformed. That great sinner, the alcoholic, got transformed into a saint, was saved. Latu Maharaj is writing. And you husbands, you men, you beat your wives and ill-treat your wives. They can save you from this quagmire. Respect them, treat them properly. Now Latu Maharaj is telling the next incidents. I used to accompany the master to the theatre. Then there would be drama theatres. So Girish Chandra Ghosh used to write. He was not only the owner of a drama theatre, but he was also the writer, drama writer, playback writer. He could write poetries, devotional bhajans we sing. I've also sung one of the song in Bengali, Keshava Kuru Karuna Dine Kunja Kanana Hari. Madhava Manamohana on Lord Krishna is written on Lord Krishna, on Lord Shiva. Yogasane Mahadhyane. So he's written many songs about Holy Mother. So he was a great dramatist, he was a writer, playwriter, and he was the owner of the theatre too. So he used to write so many dramas on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bilva Mangala, so many other things. So Ramakrishna would go to watch that in the theatre. So Latu Maharaj used to accompany Master to the theatre to watch all these dramas of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or great things, where Girish Babu would show him with great respect and take him to, used to arrange for a high box seat. So in those days in the drama theatre, for low money, it is a different place. For little more money, higher balcony, and the box would be there. There would be people there, servants to put the fan. No electricity at that time. It was all lamp. So special box for very costly people. So, but Girish Chandra Ghosh would show a lot of respect to Ramakrishna, and he would give him, show him a lot of respect. He used to arrange for a high box seat for the master and appoint a man to fan him as well, physically with a fan him as well. So Girish Chandra Ghosh, in spite he was the director and he would be also playing a role in that. He himself would often come to see the master on the upper level. So on one occasion, when master has gone to the theatre, on one occasion, Girish Chandra Ghosh approached the master. But now, this dramatist, the artist, most of the time during the drama, they get drunk. So now Girish is completely drunk. He approached the master quite drunk there in the theatre and addressed him affectionately. So when they are drunk, there will be different people at that time. So he addressed Ramakrishna affectionately with great love. What was that prayer? He told, you should become my son in your next life. You should be born as my son in my next life. I have been not able to serve you. See, in the drunken state, he is telling all these things. You should become my son. He is asking Ramakrishna, you are an avatara. You are the highest God, come down. But now, in next life, you should be born as my son, Girish Chandra Ghosh is telling. Why? I have not been able to serve you properly because I'm busy in the drama and I'm a drunkard and a sinner. I am not, in this life, I have not been able to serve you in this life. But if you are born again as my son, I can serve you to my heart's content. Please promise me that you will be born as my son. Ramakrishna retorted, what? What are you saying? Asked the master. Why should I be born as your son? As if I don't have any other work. I have to come down as an avatara just as your son. Why should I be born as your son? Drunkards, how their mood will change immediately. Then Girish became very angry because Ramakrishna refused to become his son. He became very angry. You know the mood of drunkards. And he started scolding Master severely with all the filthy words, bad words. Hearing Girish Chandra Ghosh in that intoxicated state abusing the Master so much, Latu Maharaj was there helping Master. I could not hold my anger back. Latu Maharaj became angry, could not hold his anger back. All the worst, filthy words he's using, all the bad words he's using to scold Ramakrishna now because he has refused to becoming his son. He refused to promise him to become his son. So he got so angry, so wild, started abusing him with all the filthy language. So Latu Maharaj got very angry, scolding his guru, his sister Devata. I could not hold back my anger. I had a stick in my hand. And he became wild and scolded and was about to hit. Latu was about to hit Girish Chandra Ghosh. He was so angry, scolding my guru. See what am I going to do? He went with the stick to hit. He was about to hit Girish. I could not hold my anger back, tells Latu. I had a stick in my hand and was ready to hit that Girish. But there was Devendra. Devendra Babu said, since the Master himself is bearing and calm while he is scolding, why are you getting angry? Since the Master Ramakrishna himself is so calm and quiet. See, Sita Pragnatva, Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanye vatmana tushtaha Sita Pragnastadochyate Dukkeshu anadvigravaraha sukeshu vigataspruhaha vitaraga bhayakrodaha Sitadir muniruchyate. A man of steady mind, steady knowledge, Atmagnana, Brahmagnana, will not be disturbed by any external happenings. Ramakrishna is quite calm in spite of all that abuses. Atmananda is not a Sthitaprajna. The Avatara Purusha himself. This Sthitapragnatva is for ordinary people like that. We do sadhana, we become Jivan Muktas, Atmagnanis. That is told by Krishna. But here the Lord himself has come as the avatar. What would be his state of mind? Not at all affected by that filthy scoldings, that too in front of everybody in the theatre. The avatar Purusha, people are revering him so much, and Girish is using the filthiest language. Ramakrishna is smiling quiet. Girish, Latu is getting angry. He's going to hit. Became angry, jumping. They were told, see, Master is so quiet. He is being scolded. He is being abused. And see the calmness of the Master. Deven Babu said, Devendra, since the Master is bearing all this, why should you raise your stick? Now Latu is telling, I'm sure that if Devendra had not told me that, I would have given Girish Chandra Ghosh a good blow with my stick. I was that much angry. So you can see how Ramakrishna, in spite of all, see, shouldn't we not learn from our Ishtadevata, our ideal Ramakrishna? In spite of all the things, we should be calm and quiet. Should we not emulate that? We never. We become so angry, we become so agitated. See the calmness. We have to learn from our ideal. We don't learn. At least try. Try to learn. Put this into practice. On our way back to Dakshineshwar. So now, after these incidents, they were coming back to Dakshineshwar. But Ramakrishna, like a child, was smiling and happy. We were all disturbed. Now Latu Maharaj is telling, on our way back to Dakshineshwar, Devendra and other devotees told the Master what Latu had done, almost done. He was about to beat Girish Chandra Ghosh. The Master exclaimed, oh, is it Latu, you are about to beat him? Wouldn't it have been awful If you had hit Girish Chandra Ghosh, didn't you notice what a great devotee is after all abuses and scolding? He fell to the ground, rolled on the dust when I got into the carriage and took the dust off my feet, and he cried. Did you see his faith? And during the trip, the master repeatedly prayed. Because who is living within himself? It is Lord Vishnu. It is Lord Divine Mother Kali who has taken shelter or was living in the body. So now they have been insulted, isn't it, by Girish Chandra Ghosh? So the master is praying repeatedly to the Divine Mother. While going back in the horse carriage, Ramakrishna is repeatedly praying to the mother, "Oh mother, please forgive Girish. Girish is an actor, is a drunkard. How can he understand your glory? He has insulted you in this form. Please, mother, please forgive him." Repeatedly Ramakrishna was praying to Divine Mother. "Oh mother, Mother Kali, oh mother, Girish is an actor, is a drunkard. How can he understand your glories? He has abused you in this fashion. Mother, please forgive me. Forgive him. Mother, please forgive him." That is Ramakrishna, Kshama. Forgiveness, personification of forgiveness. In spite of all that scolding, he is praying repeatedly to the mother, "Please forgive him." Many devotees later on came to know of the incidents at the theatre because it was in the public. And many of them forced and told Master that Master should not visit Girish again, or we should not entertain Girish again. But it was Ramachandra Datta, was the earlier master of Latu, Ramachandra Datta. When he heard about it, he came to Dakshineshwar the following day. After all these incidences, that next day he came to Dakshineshwar. As soon as he entered the room, the master asked him, "Ram, what do you have to say about Girish? Yesterday all these things have happened. What do you want to say? All these people are telling not to go or entertain him, not to allow him to come to Dakshineshwar, boycott him, or we should not go to this theatre. All these devotees are telling. What do you say about it?" Just like a child is asking Ramchandra Datta, "Ram, what do you have to say about Girish?" To which Ramchandra Datta replied, "Mahashai, sir." Ramchandra Datta told Ramakrishna, "Don't you know what happened during the Kaliya Mardana? When Lord Krishna, as a child, was living in Vrindavan, there was this great snake, Kalinga Sarpa. It was killing all the animals or anybody going to Yamuna. So Krishna, in the guise of playing there on the bank, to take his ball, which went into the he jumped into the river. Then Kalinga got angry that Sarpa, the so many headed serpent, big serpent, so much of poison it came. It was about to kill him. But Krishna, the Lord, jumped on the hood of that serpent, nicely bet it. So it was defeated and it was about to die. He was dancing on the head of the Kalinga Sarpa, that photos you have seen. So taking that incidence, what happened afterwards? Then all the wives of that Kalinga, because they saw that the husband, that serpent, would be killed, the king of the serpent, Kalinga, Mardana, would have been killed. So that wives of all that serpent, they came, Nagakanyas, begged Krishna, "Oh Lord, save our husband, will become widows. Please, for our sake, please save the husband." Then Krishna gave the boon, "Okay, I'm not going to kill your husband." Then after the victory, that child Krishna started dancing on the hood. Started dancing with catching hold of the tail. You can see that pose of Lord Krishna dancing on the hood of that snake. So now, while he was dancing on the head, it is a great privilege, isn't it, for the Lord to touch the head and dance. So now The Kalinga, the serpent, started spewing poison from all its hood, spewing poison, Karkata Visha, poisonous. Just one touch, we will die. That is spewing poison at the feet of the Lord Krishna. Then Lord Krishna asked, what is this? All the other people asked Kalinga, that serpent, what is this yours? Instead of offering good things to the Lord, you are offering that deadly poison at the feet of the Lord. And what was the reply of that Kalinga, that snake? The serpent Kalinga told Krishna, Lord, you have given me only poison. If you had given nectar, kept nectar in my mouth, I would have offered nectar to you. But it is you who have given the poison. Lord Krishna, it's you who have given the poison in my mouth. Where can I get the nectar to offer you? Whatever you have given me, whatever I have offered it to you. I had poison, I offered it to you. Ramchandra Datta giving this example, he told, the same with Girish. O Lord Ramakrishna, you have given him those things, he has offered that back to you. Hearing this way of explanation, Ramakrishna got very happy, just like a child. Oh yeah, you are true, Ramchandra. Where will he get nectar? Why should you be displeased, sir, with him? The master became happy. He responded, is it? Then take in your carriage to Girish Chandra Ghosh. Let us go to the house of Girish Chandra Ghosh. Just like a baby. And the master, accompanied by Ramchandra Datta and me, Latu, and others, started to Girish Chandra Ghosh home in Calcutta. I visited the house of Girish Chandra Ghosh. It was a big house in the center of the road. They have cut some of the houses and they have maintained, because he was a great actor, the best actor of Bengal. Is called as a father of Bengal theatre. So his house is still maintained. The statue is also there. From Balram Babu's house, it is just not even a furlong. I visited that house. And Ramakrishna, now in the carriage, Calcutta, he came from Dakshineshwar. All visited to the house of Girish. All of them, Latu, Ramchandra Datta and other devotees, Ramakrishna, just like a baby, he came. Let us go to Girish Chandra Ghosh, accompanied by Ramchandra Datta and me and two others. Latu is telling, started for Girish Babu's home in Calcutta. Meanwhile, yesterday, in the drunken state, he had abused and used the filthy words to Ramakrishna. He was repenting, he was crying, he was sobbing, he was asking for forgiveness. Whole night he had not taken food, he was crying and crying and crying. Meanwhile, Girish Babu had been very repentant. He had refused to take food and was weeping a great deal. When we reached the house, Girish Babu became so excited, he approached him with tears in his eyes. He fell at the feet of Ramakrishna. Only when Sri Ramakrishna said, all right, don't worry, did he finally get up. A long conversation followed. Latu Maharaj is telling, I remember Girish Chandra Ghosh saying, Master, O Ramakrishna, Master, if you had not come today, I would have concluded that you still had not attained the supreme state of knowledge, where praise and blame are equal. Whether praise or blame, you are the Lord, you are the Brahmagnani, you are Brahman himself. What is the praise? What is the blame to a Brahmagnani? So I would have thought you have not attained that state, highest state. So you are disturbed by the blame. I would have concluded that you still have not attained that supreme state of knowledge where praise and blame are equal, and moreover that you could not be called a Paramahamsa at all. An illumined soul of the highest order, Paramahamsa. Hamsa takes only the milk. The swan, if you give the mixed water and milk together, it takes only the milk and throws away the water. A Paramahamsa illumined soul like this swan will take only God, the real, and give away the unreal. So when you have attained that highest state of knowledge, that person is called a Paramahamsa, illumined soul of the highest order. So then I would have concluded that you have not attained the supreme state of knowledge where praise and blame are equal, and moreover that you could not be called a Paramahamsa. an illumined soul of the highest order, I would have considered you to be an ordinary man like us, who's disturbed by praise and blame. But today I have understood that you are the Supreme One, you are real Paramahamsa, you are the Avatar Purusha. You will not be able to hide this from me anymore. I shall never desert you. My welfare is now in your hands. Please tell me that you will be responsible for me and that you will save me. So we will stop our conversation here and we will continue tomorrow. So tomorrow there will be the class, but since I have to go somewhere urgently, one of our devotees have passed away, to go to Pretoria to visit the family. So I'll be conducting the class from 6:30 to 7:30. After that, immediately I have to leave. So I'll be conducting the class only for 1 hour. Tomorrow there will be class, but it will be only for 1 hour, 7:30. So now if you have any questions, if you have any doubts about what we have discussed today or anything about spiritual life, you can ask.
Maharaj, I have a question.
Please tell, Mother.
Maharaj, last night in the class, you said the knowledge and the objects, they both go into seed form in the deep sleep state.
Yeah.
So, Maharaj, is this knowledge of the objects nothing but memory?
No, it's the knowledge of the object is nothing but
Memory.
memory. No, memory is what remains after that knowledge, after when it is there in the form of the remainder, that is called the memory. But there, when you see the object or when you enjoy the object, you get some knowledge out of this. So that knowledge will be converted into memory and it stays in your mind.
Got it, Maharaj.
Yes, all that objects, all that knowledge, everything will resolve back to its original state, and that is in the potential form in the sushupti or the deep sleep. That was what we discussed. Okay, any other questions, any other doubts?
Om Swamiji.
Om, please tell Kolanji.
Swamiji, every time I am in the satsang, I realize the depth of my ignorance is unfathomable. It's so deep. But also, I decided now to ask my wife to increase the japa, Swamiji. It will be beneficial for me.
Definitely. Both. Why should only the wife do for the husband? Why can't the husband also do for the wife and the family?
Yes, Swamiji. Thank you so much.
You can also do more japa for the sake of the welfare of the wife and the children and the family and the whole world and all the devotees.
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes. Any other questions, any other doubts? There are no questions on the live chat, YouTube live chat. Okay. So we'll conclude with the prayer. Om Priyatam Pundari Kakshah Sarvayagneshwaro Harihi Tasmin Tushte Jagat Tushtam Prenite Prenitam Jagat Harihi Om Tatsat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you. Namaste. Om Namo Narayanaya.